The biggest change we're hoping to see in the successor to the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is more software features that take advantage of its folding form factor. Having a giant screen that fits in your pocket is great, but Samsung needs to make a stronger case if it really wants folding devices to appeal more than early adopters. The Galaxy Z Fold is in its 4th generation, but folding phones still haven't had the breakthrough moment that Samsung expected. Although sales of folding smartphones are increasing, they will only account for 1.1% of the overall mobile market in 2022, according to projections by the International Data Corporation. Samsung usually releases its new folding phones in August. Here's everything we hope to see from the Galaxy Z Fold 5 next year. Yes, the Galaxy Z Fold's design is what makes it stand out, but impressive hardware doesn't mean much without the software that comes with it. Samsung has done a lot to improve the way apps work on the Z Fold's 7.6 inches interior screen in the years since its launch. For example, the Z Fold 4 has a dock that sits at the bottom of the screen for quick access to apps, as well as the ability to use the bottom half of the screen as a touchpad in flex mode. The problem is that these specs don't do a great job of convincing users why they should want a folding phone in the first place. Instead, they make the process of using apps on the Z Fold slightly easier and more convenient. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 is also a much better phone overall thanks to its more elaborate camera part and smoother software improvements, among other benefits. Samsung was among the first to release a folding smartphone, which means it had a longer lead time than most of its competitors in this area. That's why we hope to see more ambitious features from Samsung in future versions of the Galaxy. The S Pen could help Samsung answer the essential question of who the Galaxy Z Fold is for. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 and 4 both support the S Pen, but you have to buy it separately and there's no storage mechanism for it. Instead, Samsung is expected to include the S Pen in the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and add a convenient way to store it or attach it to the device. This could make the Galaxy Z Fold 5 even more useful for taking notes, drawing, and editing documents. That might not matter to everyone, but it might make the Z Fold more appealing to the productivity-oriented crowd that Samsung seems to be targeting. It would also make the Z Fold's high price a little easier to swallow since you'll get more for your money. Samsung has not discussed its plans for the Galaxy Z Fold series, but a report from the Alex says Samsung has cited adding a slot for the S Pen stylus as a key challenge in making folding devices more popular. This means that Samsung could at least consider including the S Pen in its future folding devices. Samsung has gradually refined the design of the Z Fold over the years, but the crease hasn't gone away just yet. Although it's not always visible, you can feel the crease when you run your finger over the screen. By reducing the fold, the Galaxy Z Fold could look more like a regular tablet when opened. Samsung may be the leader when it comes to folding phones, but other companies are making rapid progress when it comes to reducing the crease. Take Huawei and Oppo, the latter being one of the biggest smartphone makers in the world. Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 4 has a solid build and a wide coverage screen, but it remains cumbersome to use like a conventional smartphone when closed. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 is between 0.5 and 0.6 inches thick when folded, while the iPhone 14 and Galaxy S22 are both around 0.3 inches thick. That extra bulk might not bother those who primarily use their unfolded Galaxy Z Fold in tablet mode, but that's another barrier to adoption for those who aren't yet sold on the promise of folding phones. With an entry ticket set at €17.99, calling the Galaxy Z Fold 4 expensive could be an understatement. It's definitely a challenge that we are facing and will have to meet, said TM Rowe, president and head of MX Business, in an interview with CNET earlier this year regarding the price positioning of the Z Fold. Changes like these could push manufacturers a little further to make folding smartphones viable alternatives to our everyday devices. Samsung helped popularize the large-screen phones we use today with its first Galaxy Note phone in 2011. The company is trying to do the same with foldable devices, but there are clearly still challenges ahead.